Good morning. I just wanted to jump on and give you new gals a short little tutorial. It's not going to be very long. I'm not going to break down a ton of stuff for you. I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with your new palettes that you got. You would have gotten all your makeup and put it into your magnetic palette by now, I'm sure. If you've gotten it like Friday or Saturday. Today's Sunday. I'm so mixed up. We just got back from vacation a day ago, so I'm still like, and I go back to work on Tuesday, so I need to get it together. Anyways, I'm going to just jump right into it. I've already done this side of my face just with a kind of, like I said, a basic look, and I do have my eyes done. What I'm going to start with is I have a mirror right here, and then I'll try to look into the phone as much as I can, but I do need to look here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my contour. Your contour might be like olive or walnut or ash or a color like that. Mine is olive, and I'm just going to look on my cheek about right here. And I don't want it over in this area. I want it about in the middle of my pupil and up on the bone. I have kind of a thin face already, so I don't do a ton of contouring, but I really like the color. I think it looks really pretty. So all you're gonna do, this is the brush I'm using. You can use your finger, or you can use whatever brush you got, or you can use a brush that you already had. And I'm just going to set it on here, and I'm just going to gently kind of go across. Now, I'm not going to blend this out yet because I will be blending it after I put the rest of my makeup on and when I put the blush on there. What you can do if you put it on there and you're like, oh my gosh, that is like a lot, you can just tap, okay? And you're always going to blend up. You're not going to blend down or drag it. I'm just gently tapping. Looks a little crazy right now, but it won't when we're done. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to contour underneath my chin. And I'm just going to make sure I'm not on my face. I'm just down here. Now, if you're younger and you don't have like turkey neck or anything going on like I do, you don't have to worry about that. If you have a double chin or something, it's great. You're just going to drag it down. I usually stop about here because I have like jawls because of my age, and I don't really need it in this area. And then what I like to do is I like to immediately blend that out because it's super easy to forget, and you don't want to be walking around with a dark, stripe, right? So I'm going to do that. And then if I, like, sometimes I wear my bangs to the side, or sometimes I wear them back. And if my forehead is showing, you're going to take like 2 fingers and put it about right here. If you have a really high forehead, you can bring it up here and you're going to blend it into your hairline. It's just basically, and there again, you can use your fingers or whatever. And all you would do is just blend it towards your hairline, and it makes this really pretty shadow. So if you, like if I had my bangs pulled back or something like that and it was showing, that's really pretty. Or if you're have a smaller type forehead, you can do it about like right here, like I said, with the 2 fingers, and you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to bring it down here. You don't want to put it in this area because you're going to pull up like with lighter colors through here. So you don't want the darker colors on your temples. I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side just real quick. And it just creates this pretty shadow. Sometimes when you're filming videos and stuff, it's kind of hard to see great because you're not really always looking in the mirror. So if you guys see something wacky, just know that I will catch it by the time I leave my house, hopefully. And then I did this morning, I did contour this side of my nose, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to contour the other side. There again, you can use your finger or any brush that you feel comfortable with. I only use Seint brushes because I have quite an accumulation of them and I love them. But whatever you have when you're starting, it will work. Try to go as close as you can down the bridge. Like, you don't want it wide, you want it close. If you have a wider type nose. If you have a really thin nose, you don't even need to mess with it. And I'm just going to blend that out very gently. And then when I do my brightener, I'll just brighten this up. But all this is doing is just creating like a shadow to make my nose look thinner, okay? And you can bring it up here. And what I would do is I would just take my brightener or my, with my brush or my finger, and I'm just gonna go right down that middle line. Show you what it would look like if I use my finger. Just gonna go just like that. You can still see it's a little bit darker on each side. So what I would do is I would just take my brush and blend that out. And I will be adding more brightener to this before I'm done. Okay, and then you can also contour underneath your lip here, okay? And then you're just gonna do the same thing, blend that out. What I'm gonna do next is, I already have my contour done, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in with my main color, which is June. Now, I'm not gonna put June over this because our contours work as a highlight, as far as like it's part of your coverage, okay? Even though it's a contour and it's a little bit different, the way it's made, it's a little bit thicker and heavier than just the regular highlights, but it is part of your coverage and blends out very beautifully and easily. And so what I'm gonna do is with my finger, that's what I like to do, I'm just gonna take and I'm going to put little dabs. Okay, and you don't need a lot of this makeup because it goes a long way. I am putting a little bit more than what I normally use because I want you guys to be able to see it, okay? And I don't bring it all the way up underneath my eyes because I have a lot of texture under my eyes, but if you're younger and you don't have a lot of wrinkles or anything like that yet, feel free to do that. Go right up there. You don't want to like go up to your waterline, but I mean, you can definitely go into that area. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my brush. I can use several different brushes. Whatever you purchased is going to work great. These brushes are amazing. And I like a light to medium coverage, and that's why I mostly use these two brushes. And I'm just going to tap. I'm not dragging or swirling it around. I'm just gently, and this stuff is just like butter. It just goes on so beautifully. And then I'll take my smaller brush and I'll go up in here. I already put it there too, like I said. Definitely want to come up here. Remember, we already did that contouring. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead area. I'm just kind of doing like a very gentle sweep. I am by no means dragging. I wish you could feel how very light I'm using this brush. You might be able to tell. Forgot I already did that, so I don't need to do it. And what I like to do is I like to take my sponge. You may not have bought one of these from us, from Seint, but you may have one already, and that's fine. I love ours, but I have others, and it's damp. It's not wet at all. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna touch where I've already laid down some of my highlights, which is the same thing as a foundation. And I'm just taking anything that's excessive off. The next thing I'm going to do is, using my finger again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up the color, the eyeshadow. It's called Lip and Cheek. I'm sorry, not eyeshadow, blush. It's called Lip and Cheek. And I'm just going to, with my finger, just put it right where you want to keep it out of this area and kind of up and back. Not everybody likes blush. If you don't like blush, skip it. It's fine. I love blush. I sometimes get a little carried away with it, so I have to watch it. But I think it just brightens up my face a lot, and as you get older, you kind of need that. And I can't use a lot of brightener because it just shows too much texture. So anyways, I'm just going to start tapping on that and blending it. It's a very pretty color. It's called Madrid, and I'm going to blend it in with my contour. Okay, if you get too much, like right now, it might look like I have a lot on, but when this settles into your skin, it just like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. It's just really, really pretty, and it lasts forever. And if you want, sometimes like when I go back to work or if I go around my mom is going through chemo right now and I wear a mask, what I'll do is I will put a powder blush over this around the same color, and it just looks so pretty, and it gives it a little bit more wearability just because you have the cream and the powder on top of that. And anyways, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back into my palette, and I'm going to use my brightener. Now, I don't use a ton of brightener because like I said a second ago, I have a lot of texture, and it just makes matters worse. But it's beautiful. I love it. I think the brightener is just so pretty. And I'm gonna go down the middle of my nose a little bit again, just where I contoured. And now if you wanted to, you could definitely, you know, come over here too. And then you're just gonna do that same kind of sweeping. You could also use your fingers to do that. Excuse my nails, I took them off yesterday. I have a nail appointment this morning to get them done. But and then you can take your brightener and go up here, giving this, it's almost like a tree, like you're just gonna swirl here, and then you're gonna go down your nose, down in here with that brightener. And you can also just kind of go where that contour was. And it might look like I'm putting a lot of makeup on, but I will show you when I am putting this on, dipping it, I am barely touching it. I mean, you do not have to do that thing or anything. You will not like this makeup if you put too much. And you're just going to, same thing with the brightener. It's kind of down the middle of your face. I wear glasses, and you know, I don't have my glasses on right now, so well, I wear contacts too, but anyways, so now if you do not like a dewy kind of finish, like this makeup will give you a little bit of a dewy finish, that's fine. You can use many different things to kind of decrease the dewy effect. And we have, I'm sorry, I'm looking for it. Let's see. I think it's in this palette. It is. We have something called Vanilla Dust, and it is a setting powder, and I love it. And what I will do is, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of different brushes, but I will use something kind of like this brush. This is from the Demi line, and I will just go in. I'll make sure I didn't do that. I'll make sure to try to get, it's a full-time job, getting rid of wrinkles, I mean, you know, that kind of thing. And if you want to put it all over, you can use one of the bigger brushes, and you're just gonna do the same thing. It's a very fine milled powder, and you just go in, and you're gonna go over everything, and it's gonna totally take away that dewy finish. And you can also use a setting spray. We have many. You can, I have many, sorry. We have one, I have many. I love this one. It's Urban Decay All Nighter because it comes out really, really a light spray. Ours, I love it, but it comes out a lot. And so that's why I just don't like it. It comes out too powerful. I like this one. And what I do is I put it on my sponge, and I make sure that there's not a lot on there because I don't want to take off my makeup. I just want to set it. Now, you don't need to do both. I'm just showing you. And some of you gals that are just getting the same makeup, for sure, you've probably used setting powders or setting sprays, so it's nothing new. But it goes with Seint. It works with creams. I love this one too by e.l.f. It's the matte putty. It's a primer, but you can use it as a setting spray too. I mean, a setting powder also. Can't talk. And let me just do this real quick with my little flick. And I'm gonna look and see if I need to, if I messed up. Now, something else that I love and I wear every day And I think most of you gals probably did order it. You might have ordered tan lines, or you might have ordered Bella. And it is our bronzer. I have it on right now already in my neck, and I didn't come down too far in this. Wow, just broke my S. That's really sad. Hopefully I can fix it. I didn't come too far down in this area of my chest. But what I'm going to do now, I have a little bit on here, and I'm just going to come up here, and I'm just going to touch where I want it to look like I'm sun-kissed. And there again, it is a very light, it's not heavy, it doesn't have any glitter in it. And it helps build warmth on your face and brings your neck and your face together, because we all know nothing looks worse than like having your makeup one color and your neck another color and your chest another color. And that's about it, ladies. It's super easy to use. I hope you love it. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'm here to answer them for you or help you with anything having to do with Seint, okay? All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.